Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is going to be the week 26, June the 27th through July the 3rd's weekly wrap up. Okay, so I'm recording once again early. I was recording some TikToks and we have something going on tomorrow for 4th of July. Kiddo is going to see one of his friends down at his house, and we're going to go down there and have some adult time while the kids play in the woods and things like that. Loads of fun. So I figured I would just go ahead and record this now, being that I've been doing content all day today. So I have not put out what the picks for our book club are going to be. I figured I'd announce them here and then add the poll this afternoon or probably today and have it release while I am editing this tomorrow. So you'll have the poll. I don't know. I might just release them at the same time, but I don't know what time I'm going to release this video tomorrow. So it is what it is. So here are the picks for the buddy read this month. We have Perfectly Unhinged by Chrishawn, Evette. I found this author over on TikTok, and the story seems like it's going to be a good start. I believe this is a duet, so go into that knowing that. It is on Kindle Unlimited. I believe that's where I got it from. So it is available there. I don't believe there's an audiobook for it, but it's on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle, you'll be able to access it. But she's a TikTok author, and I want to check her out and give her some love. Or we can read Blame It on the Champagne by Fiona Cole. If you've watched any of my stuff, you know that I love Fiona Cole. I love her TikToks. This is her new series where she's doing stories based upon alcohol. And if I am not mistaken, this one is a drunken marriage, I think. Or we can read The Wedding Dilemma by Mariah Ankenman. So, if you haven't figured out, there's a bit of a theme going on. I picked authors that I have seen or are very active over on TikTok for this month's pick. I just want to give some shine and some love over there. They have welcomed me with open arms, and I want to give some shine and love to them through you guys, and I'll let you guys pick. It seems like they're more summary and fun reads. They all have sort of this fun feel to them, I think. So I'm excited about that. If you didn't notice, I don't have my patch on, and that is because as long as I'm not looking to the left, I can look at things, and it's not as bad. When I start trying to look to the left, the eye goes wonky, it gets doubled, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. So as long as I stay looking to the right, it's all good. This week was kind of mediocre. I mean, I did a lot of stuff on TikTok. I went through a sort of feeling of imposter syndrome, I guess you could say. You guys are watching my videos that I put out exclusively for you, but the other videos that I put out are so low when it comes to ratings, and it's really kind of frustrating. I hit my high last year around this time, and yes, it was somewhat on the heels of all of the Black Lives movement and supporting Black creators on YouTube and everything like that. So, I felt that bump, but at the same time, I was on a little bit of a rise on my own prior to that, with finding and sort of talking with grouping together a bunch of romance readers and things like that. And now their platforms are skyrocketing, let me tell you. At least the ones that are not Black creators. Hate to put that out there, hate to be like that as well. But instead, I kind of feel like instead of someone saying something to me or, letting me know that they were personally offended by the things that happened in February and just sort of cut me out. That's sort of where I feel like I'm at right now. I've been exiled, oh, she doesn't, speaking about myself, I don't want to apologize for things that I did in February. Well, I don't feel like I did anything in February, and no one has been able to say to me specifically, this is what you did in February that, one, offended us, two, made me feel a certain way, not like me, but you know, as the person telling me that they felt a certain way. Um, it was all just kind of generalizations and placed on my shoulders, for the things that other people may have said, or actions that were taken by other people were all placed on my shoulders. And I'm the one that got blackballed and exiled into the world of, you know, not getting views, or not uh, not having interaction and stuff like that. I've been thrown off because, uh, I'm still making content. I had that little slump where I was trying to figure out, where I could work, and how to proceed with my eye and everything like that. I haven't really sat down at a computer for how many months now? I'm doing all of my filming, all of my editing, all of my content is coming from my phone, filming and stuff like that. So, yeah, I figured out a workaround, and my content's back to Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays, and everyday reels on Instagram, and when it's cooperating with me. And now I've went to, move to TikTok, and I'm putting 3 clips out a day there, and, trying to do fun stuff there. I love that TikTok has become a sort of fun outlet for me. There's like no stress whatsoever, um, putting and placing my content over there. I love it. I don't have to be on all the time. I can just do funny clips and give recommendations and just do my thing over there. So, let's get into the books that I did read last week. There weren't very many. There was only 3. And the first one that I finished was Rebellious and Reckless, which is Campus Hotshot #1 by Michelle A. Valentine. I am placing this in New Adult. I give it 4 stars. I give it 2.5 Steam fans. I had it as an ARC a long time ago, but I want to say that this came out and I had the ARC during the height of my health issues with my eye, and there were a lot of ARCs that kind of fell through the cracks, and I'm just now getting back to them. But I read this on ebook. This is a forced kind of proximity kind of trope. I like your brother trope, and I really enjoyed it. Our main character is a virgin. This is, come to find out, a spin-off from one of Michelle's other series. It's the daughter of one of her other main characters. So we have Sky and we have Baker. Then we also have the brother, which I didn't write down his name. I'm surprised. But there is a good deal of family trauma that has to deal with Baker. Sky is a virgin, and she sees that her way into Baker's brother's kind of view or sights or what have you, to get the brother to notice her. Baker is the way in. So when Baker has a falling out or is asked to move out from his apartment, she invites him to stay in her apartment. Her apartment is actually being purchased by her father. So one of the rules was no boys in the apartment. Yes, she's an adult, but when parents pay for things, they kind of get to set the rules. So there is that. I did enjoy the story. Baker was a football player, is now a MMA fighter. So, MMA fighter, sorry. So there's that aspect to it. So if you like that kind of bad boy rebellious thing going on, and then like I said, there is some trauma that goes on that Baker has to get through and has to deal with. So I really enjoyed the story. I'm looking forward to going back and reading the original, the father story, as well as reading the second book, which I have a arc for as well. And I think that one's already out. But I'm looking forward to reading that one as well. The next book that I finished was The Girl with Stars in Her Eyes, which is Lily's number one by Zio Axelrod. Zio. It's Zio, not Zio. Zio Axelrod. I am placing this in new adult rock romance. So it has to deal with a rock star. And I'm giving it 4.25 stars. I'm giving it 2 Steam fans. I listened to it as an audiobook. This is a Black author, and I enjoyed it. I was a little kind of eked out in the beginning of the story because there is content warning and discussion about child abandonment and sexualization of a minor. So that was kind of icky feeling when I first started reading this, but as the story progresses, you kind of get to understand why the characters went through what the characters did and everything like that. So we have Antonia, who goes by Tony, and we have Sebastian. Antonia was shipped off to her dad when she was young, because her mother was a aspiring artist and musical artist, and that's where Tony gets all of her skill from and all of her talent from. So you get to see sort of that backstory when she was younger, moving in with her dad. She meets Seb, or Sebastian, and the two of them kind of hit it off, but then they have a falling out. And then you kind of zoom to the present where Antonia is trying to make it happen, and she's in the studio one day. Well, the music guy, or the artist, or the producer, I don't think it was the producer, I think it was the money guy, doesn't like that she is a female guitarist that shreds, and kind of writes her off. So they call in this guy named Quick, and come to find out Quick is actually Sebastian. I really enjoyed the story. I actually went and picked up a physical copy of it because the cover is absolutely gorgeous. And I saw a interview, or Zio was in Kennedy Ryan's launch for Real, and heard her talking about this and was like, yeah, I definitely need to like make this happen. I need to get this and read this. And I am so happy that I did. I really enjoyed the story. I am looking forward to the second book in the Lilies series. Zio was talking about it, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm kind of interested in, hearing the music from it and everything like that. So I enjoyed the story after those few little bumps in the beginning. And then the final book that I finished reading last week was Siren's Call, which is Siren series number 1 by Jessica Kane. And I'm placing this in paranormal romance. It is about sirens or mermaids. And I'm giving it 4.25 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. I had this as an ebook. It is on Kindle Unlimited. This is a Black author. And oh my goodness, there is content warning for sexual assault kind of early, pretty early into the story, but it has to deal with the story as well. So we have, I'm gonna put the name in here somewhere. I'm gonna put it on the screen because I'm not gonna pronounce it correctly. But they call her Sai. So I think it's Sarinda. And that's how I'm pronouncing it. Then we have Malachi and Demetrius. Sai doesn't know that she's a siren. And when in the midst of her sexual assault, she kind of does a bad thing. She explodes one of her attackers. Ooh. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I love this new take on the whole sirens sort of mythology, because I had no clue whatsoever. Maybe it's made up. Well, sirens are made up, but maybe the mythology and thought processes that are used in this book are made up, or maybe they're part of mythology. I don't know. Don't really care, but it was intriguing, and I am so looking forward to reading this series. And there's two more books. They're both in Kindle Unlimited. The next one is called Siren's Test, I think it is. But this had me very intrigued to learn about sirens and Sai coming into her abilities and the feud that is going on. So Sai happens to be she's like half demon, half siren, I think it is, or something like that. But there is a feud that is going on within the world, and people aren't supposed to know about it. And Demetrius and Malachi are sort of Sai's protectors as well. They have a special place within this story, and I can't wait to see more. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but it is such an intriguing story, and I love this take on the whole mermaid siren aspect, because if you don't know, Little Mermaid is one of my favorite stories ever, and to have it sort of flipped on end and something new brought to the table about sirens and mermaids and things like that. Yes, yes. And I'm totally in a paranormal romance place right now. So this is right up my alley. It's not just about the wolves and the vampires. There are so many other creatures that can, be in this world. And I loved it. I loved it oh so much. Also, Jessica Cage is a TikTok author that I found, and I am so happy. I can't wait to dive more into her backlist and all of her books that she's writing, because she does a lot of sci-fi, fantasy, paranormal romance, and I am here for it. So here for it. So what am I currently reading? Oh my gosh. Oh, my foot went asleep, and I hope I didn't really just sink down, and I hope you can still see. I am currently reading 40 Love. There's something about Marysburg, number 2, I think it is, by Olivia Dade. I'm also going to be reading Teach Me, which is book number 1 by Olivia Dade. I'll be reading the new 5 new released, or soon to be released, Salvation Society books, which are Unveiled by Verlene Landon. I think that's right. Relinquish by Alexia Chase. Revive by Heather Lyn. Reckless by Nicole Blanchard. And Revelation by Missy Ann. So those are definitely on tap for next week. And then, of course, I'll probably pepper in some other books, because I have some other audiobooks that will be going due in the next couple days. Probably like 10 days or something like that. So I'll probably try and get those in before I have to use another borrow for them, things like that. Remember to vote for the book that we're going to read. Let me find, it's way over there. Alrighty, so I'm going on vacation, forced vacation at the end of the month. So our buddy read meeting will probably be the week of the 18th through the 24th. I will put those dates down in a poll, and you guys can let me know. If you guys want to have coffee one day instead of doing a nighttime thing, let me know that as well. I will post that poll again. I am down for that. I'm fine with that. Getting up in a morning or an afternoon or something like that. It's summertime, so we can do that. But Fridays are definitely out, so that one day is going to be off the table. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Saturday, the week of 18 July to the 24th of July. So check out those polls. Let me know what you guys want to do. Pick one of those books and pick a time for our meeting. Date, time, and book. Those are the polls. So thank you guys for hanging out, and let me know down in our comment section if you have read any of those books, if any of them sound like something you want to read, and I will see you guys in another video.